get out of his penitentiary to go see about his knee? No.
Jay-Z is sharing a new statement after the civil case accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of raping a teenager was dismissed.
Big breaking news tonight. For the first time in the history of New York City, a sitting mayor has been indicted for crimes.
A former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs speaking out in a new interview with new allegations about wild parties.
Watching basically for hours on end. And
he claims he's being targeted because he's a black man, calling the charges racist. Now, explosive leaked audio of Diddy allegedly speaking with Jay-Z and his son has surfaced, and what Diddy says will leave you stunned. How did Diddy know he'd end up in the hospital? And what's his connection to Jay-Z's case suddenly being dismissed? The layers of this story run deep, and the new revelations are raising serious questions about power and protection.
From the inside.
He has reached out to a witness, an alleged participant in multiple freak-offs.
Then why Oprah staying quiet? Why Ellen moving to another country?
And he's asking people to intimidate witnesses or pay people off.
Don't be shocked if nobody show up to testify. Don't contact me anymore, pup. I already got that Houston lawyer breathing down my neck over that 13-year-old girl. If you don't want things to get worse for you, then you need to start answering my son's phone call.
The defendant's goal is to blackmail victims and witnesses either into silence or providing testimony helpful.
His son, he had one last trick up his sleeve and would find a way out of jail. Then, on February 2nd, he was suddenly taken out of jail for an MRI at a Brooklyn hospital in the middle of the night. Just 1 week later, the case against Jay-Z was dismissed. What exactly happened at that hospital? Who did Diddy speak to that led to Jay-Z's charges vanishing? You think they're not connected?
Oh, get out of his penitentiary to go see about his knee? No. He had to dig an underground tunnel and leave on a motorcycle to get out of there. So why is Diddy getting raced out in the cover of darkness, we keep hearing? Why does he get the cover of darkness? Why does he get taken out because he needs an aspirin? Help me, Dr. Hendricks.
Well, I'll tell you, each inmate gets that equipment at the institution. And I'll just tell you this, they probably had set this appointment up months, maybe weeks ago, and they set it up for the evening.
To leave at 1 a.m. in the cover of darkness. Okay, you think that's what they set up, Hendricks? Look, I know you're being loyal to MDC, but can we get real? Leaving MDC because your knee hurts? Have you seen that POC?
Jay-Z is sharing a new statement after the civil case accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of raping a teenager.
He knew he was getting out. He had a plan, even behind the walls of that prison.
Just leaked, and it was posted by Social Details. This is allegedly a call that he had, and there's a lot of talk, a lot of code words in there, so we're going to listen to it together. Check it out.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm going to need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes leftover.
Now, this alleged leaked call from Diddy in prison was talking about getting rid of pizza boxes. Now, if you know your stuff and you're privy, you know exactly what pizza stands for, and that's probably what they're talking about and referring to on this alleged leaked call. Pizza, for those who don't know, I'm going to make it very clean. It has to do with children and selling.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like you talked about.
Now, in this alleged phone call, he starts talking about someone named Jay. People are speculating that maybe Jay-Z, but there's no confirmation. At the same time, he talks about recycling plastic. I don't know what that could mean. If you guys have any idea, comment and let me know.
Everybody out there quiet as a motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
I mean, it seems by the call that he's looking for help. He's saying that a lot of people are quiet, I guess people that are on his side, and that he's going to have the last laugh at the end.
Man, just do what I told you to do, and don't forget about the list.
And then he goes on to say, don't forget about the list. And we don't know what that list is or what that implies, but this is pretty crazy. Do I think this is legitimate? There is no confirmation yet if this is legitimate or not.
Did Diddy pressure the victim to drop the case against him and Jay-Z? If so, who authorized his late-night release? How is Someone considered this dangerous allowed to leave jail, especially when prosecutors already know he's been trying to contact witnesses? Diddy's call records reveal he's been reaching out to victims and threatening them. Now, new details are shedding even more light on this scandal. LP, this was supposed to be an open and shut case. Jay-Z's legal team was caught on tape attempting to bribe witnesses, impersonating FBI agents, and even flashing fake badges.
Good morning, Gio. Diddy's lawyers trying for a third time to get him out on bail, but this time, the prosecution telling the judge about attempts they say the rap mogul made from behind bars to influence everyone from potential jury to alleged victims. This morning, prosecutors leveling new accusations against Sean Diddy Combs, saying he poses a serious risk of danger even from behind bars as he awaits trial. In a court filing late Friday, prosecutors detailing the steps they say Combs is taking while locked up to reach out to prospective witnesses and influence public opinion to affect potential jurors.
The accusations within the prosecution's motion to deny bail are very serious and will be considered very heavily by the judge, because the judge is going to want to ensure that he is not influencing witnesses and or contacting anyone to influence a trial in any way.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges of racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution, and sex trafficking. He denies any wrongdoing. The government now asking a judge not to grant Combs' third request for bail, in which the music mogul offers
The case against Jay-Z was mysteriously dismissed. So who's pulling the strings behind the scenes? Could Diddy's known ties to the mayor of New York be playing a role in all of this? Now, things are heating up even more. A new lawsuit filed in Harris County, Texas, on January 3rd, is making explosive claims. The suit, 13 pages long, was filed by a man named Jose Maldonado, represented by none other than Busby's law firm. In a shocking twist, the lawsuit targets Jay-Z's attorneys and his company, Roc Nation, but not Jay-Z himself. The defendants, named in the filing, include attorney Marcy Brand Croft, her firm MJ Legal Rock, and the major legal powerhouse representing Jay-Z, Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan. The lawsuit alleges that these parties conspired to obstruct justice by deploying shadowy operatives. Their goal? To pressure over 24 current and former clients of Busby's law firm to turn around and sue the firm. Even more shocking, the suit claims Roc Nation is bankrolling this secret operation, while Croft and the Quinn Emanuel team are coordinating the entire effort. Agents allegedly pretended to be officials working for the state of Texas, and even flashed fake law enforcement badges to add credibility to their threats. This lawsuit could blow the lid off a much bigger legal scandal, and it's only just beginning.
How the fuck he get the key to the city? That's crazy to me. If he was in incidents and everything around the city that wasn't favorable, how he get key to the city? So now you got to realize, if they had the mayor under investigation since 2014, Diddy was in investigation around 2011, 9 or 11, something like that. They say he's in 9 or 11. One of those people are responsible for the feds looking out after one, or either Diddy responsible, his interaction with the mayor, or the mayor interaction with Diddy may have caused the feds to be looking at both of them in some form or fashion. I don't know which one was first. Was it Diddy interaction with the mayor, or the mayor interaction with Diddy? Which one did the Fed have under surveillance first? And I think it was probably...
It's hard to ignore the timing. Diddy just lost a $100 million lawsuit right as Mayor Adams got indicted. These two are known to be close friends, so how are they both getting hit with legal troubles at the same time? Coincidence? Doubtful. What's more, Mayor Adams knew Diddy was under investigation, yet still handed him the key to the city. Was that move meant to clean up Diddy's image? Big breaking news is unfolding tonight, and the connections are looking more suspicious by the...
New York City, a sitting mayor has been indicted for crimes. ABC News reporting that Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a federal grand jury. We do not know yet the exact charges. Federal authorities have been investigating Adams and members of his staff, issuing subpoenas for documents and cell phones. Several members of administration have resigned, some of them also friends of Mayor Adams. Again, Eric Adams, the 110th mayor of New York, has been indicted by a federal grand jury.
The legal troubles continue for Sean Diddy Combs tonight after a judge ordered the music mogul to pay $100 million to a Michigan man who says that he was sexually assaulted by Combs in '97.
According to court documents, Derek Cardello Smith says Combs drugged and then assaulted him during an after party at a Holiday Inn in Detroit. But Combs never responded to the lawsuit in court. On Monday, the judge ordered him to pay $10 million each month starting in October. The victim is currently behind bars serving a 75-year prison.
And it's making serious waves. It features shocking testimonies from people who were closest to Diddy, his personal assistant, longtime friends, and former employees. They're all speaking out, claiming they witnessed Diddy engage in sexual assault. One of the most disturbing accounts comes from Philip Pines, Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021. Pines alleges Diddy pressured him into sexual acts to prove his loyalty. In one incident, Diddy reportedly massaged Pines, then pushed him toward a woman on a couch with a condom, urging him to join her. The details
Rolling Stone was apparently filed in Los Angeles by a man named Philip Pines, who says he worked for Diddy from 2019 to 2021. So actually more recent than some other suits we've seen against Sean Combs that have been in the early 2000s or even the 90s. But according to reporting in the suit, Pines is alleging a few different things here. Now, before we even get into it, and there is a lot to get into, you might be wondering, what the heck does that name mean? What are we talking? An animal playing fetch in order to prove his loyalty.
A former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs speaking out in a new interview with new allegations about wild parties and drug use. Eva Pilgrim is here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Michael. At this point, we've all probably heard about these infamous parties. Diddy's assistant now giving us details about what he says were called Wild King Nights.
After explosive statements surfaced, Diddy fired back by announcing a $100 million lawsuit against NBC over its new documentary. He's accusing the network of defamation, claiming they aired damaging lies to stir up scandal and destroy his reputation. Filed on February 12th, the lawsuit targets NBC Universal and its streaming service Peacock, which aired Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. According to court documents obtained by E! News, Diddy, currently jailed on sex trafficking and racketeering charges, claims the documentary falsely accused him of crimes like serial murder and sexual assault of minors, without solid evidence. The filing argues NBC acted with malicious and reckless disregard for the truth and trampled on Diddy's right to a fair trial. Insiders believe this lawsuit is a desperate move to silence victims.
And the jury sits. Will they be shown these tapes?
100%.
Will they have to watch it in court? Like during the
100% in court in front of a room of people. And so that's the other thing that's awful. They are going to be watching basically porn for hours on end in front of people. So in front of victim one, whoever it may be, there's going to be porno played in the federal courtroom.
And victim one would have been made aware of this.
Oh, 100%. She's probably being told right now, like, this is going to be played in open court. Your sex history, your sex life is going to be talked about in open court. All of this.
And presumably then she knows that and she's pushing forward because she hasn't withdrawn.
But don't forget this. It doesn't matter if she does or she doesn't. This isn't a civil case. This is the criminal case. So she could flat out tell the federal government, I don't want to participate. And they can say, we don't care. This is a crime. Crimes are against the United States, not against them. Keep calling her victim one, but don't forget, she's a witness to a crime. So it doesn't matter if she went to them in today and said, I'm not participating. Their response, we don't care.
Exposure. Possibly why 50 Cent's own documentary has been stalled. But here's the catch. No matter what legal action Diddy takes, his so-called freak-off tapes are still coming to court. Prosecutors have confirmed these tapes, turned over during discovery, will be shown to the jury. Some have already been viewed by a grand jury in a...
Him, I met one of his old security guards, and I've been to the tea about him. Weird shit. Liking strap-ons. I met this girl one time that did a photo shoot for him. It's a nice young lady from Canada. And me and her ended up going on vacation together. And a few months later, and she told me something that she saw go down at his house in the Hamptons. And then a few months later, she told me that she went hanging out with like his bodyguard and his entourage, and somebody drugged her and she doesn't know what happened. So none of this is alarming. And then she went back to Canada. So.
And how long ago was this? Was this in the 90s?
This was in the 2000s. Maybe like around 2004, 2006, somewhere around there. He's been.
These tapes were reportedly handed over to the FBI by Courtney Burgess, a close friend of Kim Porter, further tightening the legal noose around Diddy.CLP's Tupac's ex-girlfriend. Disarray Smith just made a jaw-dropping statement on the art of dialogue. She claimed to personally know victims who were raped by Diddy, one of whom was allegedly assaulted as revenge for walking in on him. According to Disarray, Diddy drugged the woman and assaulted her while his security guards stood watch.
I've seen all that. That's typical though. So I don't understand how freak-offs can be a crime when everybody's just gonna be fucking on each other anyway. A bunch of rich people snorting coke and fucking on each other and drunk. If that's a freak-off, then I like to go back to it. I like to go back to a freak-off. I like fucking celebrity business, and that's the fun thing about the freak-offs. In my time when I was there, it was like celebrities was fucking each other, like all the movie stars and all the actresses was fucking like it was nothing. They was on that powder heavy, but they was fucking, hey, how you doing? Was down with you. Oh yeah. That's how it was. So I liked the freak offs. So I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but it was fun to me when I was young and I was there. It was fun to me. I was a kid in a candy store looking at all these actresses that you grow up watching, you hear them, and these sucking dick and fucking and
violence and repeated inmate deaths.
Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles live at the scene in Sunset Park with what's really going on. Darla.
Well, Bill, the Bureau of Prisons will only say this is an interagency operation to maintain a safe environment. But sources tell ABC News that inmates are not the target, and attorneys who've been seeing clients here for years